It is Monday, February 11th, and that means it is day one of Contemporaryathon. I am so excited for the reading ahead of me this week. I think I've picked like all 5-star books, but we'll see on that. I even wanted to start yesterday, which I kind of did and kind of didn't, because I've read almost half of what Mama left me in the last 24 hours. This is, I believe it's YA. It may even be middle grade because the main character is 8th grader. But this is about Serenity, whose mom was killed, not just died like I thought. And so she is obviously going through the grieving process, same with her brother Danny. They are now living with her grandparents, one of which is a retired teacher, the other one is the pastor. So it's all like also faith-based. I've like tabbed up a whole bunch of like quotes on family and grief and faith, and I'm just absolutely loving this. She is quickly becoming one of my favorite authors, and I need to get her other book, The Peace of Home or something like that. And then her newest one that just came out or is coming out here this week, I think it's tomorrow, is Watch Us Rise. So this was going to be my newest acquired book, but since filming my TBR, On the Come Up by Angie Thomas has came in, so it's not technically anything on my TBR list, but I still want to finish this. And I did start a new book this morning called My Sister the Serial Killer, and this is a super quick read. Like I said, I just started this morning. I'm an hour and 40 minutes into the audiobook, 90 pages in, and there's only 2 hours and 35 minutes left, and it is really good. So obviously you have two sisters, one of which is a little crazy, and all of her boyfriends end up dead. She's trying to say like they have abused her, and her sister is trying to clean up after her. So I'm excited to see how this goes, because right now she is dating her sister's boss at the hospital, and we all know how that's going to end. Heading to work for the first time in like 4 or 5 days. We had an ice day Thursday and Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, obviously weekend, and today's the first day we went back to school. So it might be an interesting day, but I'm excited to get back into the swing of things, and I will update you on reading later. It has been a rough day, or just a rough afternoon, and now I have a headache. I'm kind of grouchy, but I got home to some Happy Meal from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, so let's check out what's inside this box. Inside this sparkly box, we have a ton of makeup brushes. This gives me so much joy. Brady, these are not for you. I also got Brady's Valentine's Day gift, but it's the same as Garrett's, kind of, but obviously his is dog and Garrett's isn't. So I'll show that later when the other one gets here. But I did get a pouch also. Be Somebody, who makes everybody feel like a somebody. Clear pouch from Rad and Happy. It's a huge pouch. I'm gonna put all of my hand lettering pins in here. So anyways, I'm gonna do some reading and then wear pajamas and watch America's Got Talent and do nothing else tonight. And it also rained all day long, and it's still raining, so it's gonna be a rough night with Brady. Right, guy? Now you're gonna ignore me? Alright. It is now day 2 of Contemporaryathon, and to give you an update on progress, I only have 40 pages left of My Sister the Serial Killer. Definitely finishing this soon tonight. I don't know what I want to share on it yet. I'm afraid I'll give away things, and so I'm gonna wait until I'm done to share my final thoughts, and yeah. Moving on, got 30 more pages into this one. I'm gonna get back to reading, and I'll update you guys later. Alright guys, 5 o'clock on Wednesday. I did not update anymore last night because I actually finished My Sister the Serial Killer, and I was so stuck in like bouncing back and forth on my rating and what I wanted to say about it that I think I'm just gonna go with a 3.5 because I wasn't sure 3 or 4, and then tell you more about it in my wrap up and what my thoughts are. I'm really struggling with the fact that it was so short, but it was meant to be that way. And so the development that I was wanting and hoping for wasn't there, and the ending wasn't a fan. but I'll talk more about that later. I do have a lot more to share on things that I've started and progress being made for my Contemporaryathon TBR. So last night when I went to bed, somebody complained that the lamp was on, so I switched to an ebook and turned my phone like all the way down on dim and read like 10 or so pages of Once Ghosted, Twice Shy, which is a spin-off book to the Reluctant Royals series about Lukotsky, which was Prince Thabiso's assistant, and it's like her love story that kind of took place in the first book. I also want to read the second book, like the actual second book of the series. Once Ghosted, Twice Shy is like the 2.5 of the story. So I also want to read that this week. So that has been started, so I guess kind of sort of progress being made there. I also started Black Enough, which was the short stories, and I absolutely love the first story by Renee Watson, and so I can't wait to dig into this more. I have tabbed it, I don't know if you can see it, of like what days I need to read what to keep up. So I do need to read some more because I did fall asleep while reading the second story. And then this morning I started another book on audio, and that is Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn. This one is my diverse book because this is an asexual main character. And so far, I mean, it starts right off the bat talking about that topic when Alice and her girlfriend are breaking up and arguing about the lack thereof of physical intimacy. And so it gets into that very early. And now she has surprised herself, I guess, in a way of finding herself attracted to a guy at work, which they work at the library, so that's exciting. So it's kind of just building their story so far, 84 pages in, and I'm really, really enjoying it. What was this one? This was my blurple book, I think. So I'm going to continue reading, actually, What Mama Left Me, I think, or no, we'll go with this. Like I said, I need to do some catching up so I can get to my pages so I can be done. I am so excited. I'm hoping that also as I go, I'm going to search other books by the ones that I like from certain authors and check out more of their work. So I will let you know how things go. I taking the dog to a dog training assessment tonight. So that'll be interesting. We're going to work on some behavior things that have been happening lately, and so I'll let you know. We're trying to decide if he needs private training first and then group training or whatnot, but we'll see. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. I think it's like 5 o'clock. I ran some errands after work because another snowstorm is coming in the morning and I need to get prepared because I'm not leaving unless I absolutely have to. It is a teacher work day tomorrow, so that makes it better, I guess. Kids won't be out and about, but we'll see. We have Monday off too. But Valentine's Day, I don't know what we're doing. He said he's taking care of supper, and somehow these showed up this morning. Like, I'd been awake and getting ready for over an hour, and he got up and I came out of the bathroom and they were here. So he hid them somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm kind of impressed. But I'm just gonna read for a while until he gets here. We figure out what we're doing tonight. Probably not a whole lot. It has been a rough day. The natives were restless, I guess. Party days, candy days are always that way, but then also with a 4-day weekend ahead and a 4-day weekend last weekend, it's insane. So I did get a new bag of popcorn from Sam's to enjoy with my books this weekend, so let's get started. It is 7:15 now the next morning. So supper, he made steak and twice baked potatoes, green beans, he got my favorite pie. It was all a surprise, and so like I said with the flowers, he had hidden the flowers on the floor next to the kitchen table where I got ready in the morning and didn't see them by the time he woke up. He also hid all the food in the fridge, and I didn't see them, even after going grocery shopping after work yesterday and putting the groceries away. 3 bags of groceries. I don't know. I'm obviously not very observant, which I didn't know about myself. So, anyways, I'm getting ready to head to work. The snow is supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but since there are not kids on the road, teachers still have to get on the road, and we'll see how this goes. But I have made more progress in How to Love. 50 pages left. This is the first thing on my to-do list to finish today, and then to get into more books for the weekend. This morning it did start off with me dropping Garrett off at the airport at 4:45. We left 4:45 because he's going to North Dakota and getting out before the snow hits here, so he doesn't have delays. So I have a whole weekend. It's a 3-day weekend, I guess. But the Contemporaryathon is over on Sunday. Whole weekend, snow, a lot of reading time, a lot of audiobook time. So I'm excited about that to see if I can get caught up. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later today. So this has happened in the last 2 hours. I went into a meeting, there was no snow on the ground. I came out, and that was on the ground. So we did get all clear to go home for the rest of the day, thank goodness. The roads are bad. There's nothing like watching a F-150 truck fishtail down a hill coming your way. So staying home. I'm gonna probably take a nap and then do some reading. So talk to you guys later. So we did walk to the mailbox just to get the mail because he needed to go to the bathroom, get out for a little bit. I also found out that we're getting 8 more inches of snow on Tuesday. I am so over this. But anyways, I do have some Happy Meal to show you that's not all bookish related. I guess this is not actually Happy Meal, but this is the book you saw me pick up at Sam's yesterday. Never heard of this one, and it's a World War II fiction book. It kind of goes back in time from present day to then about a secret in some twins during the Holocaust in Nazi Poland. So you know I'm here for this one. I had to pick that up. First piece of mail. I am obsessed with these Dixie Bliss earrings. They are the most comfortable pair of earrings ever. But I have a friend that runs a boutique called Heart of Raleigh Boutique. I have a code that's Audra10. I'll link it down below. She has the cutest clothes that's so price friendly. And she does curvy queen, so plus size, and then obviously I can't get enough of these. I order some of these every single month. Also, things that came in today were these tags for the dog. I'll link things down below too. They have funny tags. These are glow in the dark, but these are handmade. Quit trying to make fetch happen. This will go on his harness, and Sock Thief is gonna go on his indoor collar. And the back has like the information, so I'm not going to show you that because it has my phone number on it, but like you can have it customized. So his says, please call my mom, my name is Brady, and then it has my phone number type of thing, because yeah, obviously I want him back if he ever gets lost. So these are a lot of fun. I like their company, handmade. And then I am so excited to share this part. Garrett's Valentine's Day gift came in late because I ordered it late, but it's also handmade and super extra. So it is a retro viewer from when we were a kid, and you can customize it with your own pictures. And so I was waiting for the pictures to come in. So this is the first one. And actually this is the first one. So these are like all the pictures that are our favorites from when we started dating like 6 years ago to now. But they have like words on them about what all we've been through. This one is from the very beginning to the point where I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So you pick 7 pictures, and there's one more reel. This one is the most recent. You have my wig and my bald head and butt. Yeah, everything that we've been through, and like his nephew, my nieces are on here, so super special. I did get one for free with the actual viewer, and then I did pay for an extra one. So you put it in this guy and look through it, and you have your pictures. It's kind of hard to see. I did look through it, and they're super like good quality, and I almost started crying. So here's that, and I also got one for the dog. BarkBox is also at Target, and they had one for dogs, and they're like Dumb and Dumber, so they got the same gift essentially. Don't be telling anybody. He's asleep. Who are we kidding? So yeah, of course that comes in the day after Valentine's Day, and he's gone until at least Wednesday, if he can get back through all the snow. I don't even know. I'm gonna do some reading, maybe some hand lettering. Not really feeling it on the books, which is awful. But I will update you when there's any updates. Definitely in the morning, I will share my thoughts on what rating I'm going to give the 2 books I finished tonight and move along with a snowy weekend. So I've practiced some of my hand lettering on my February TBR list, even though it's halfway through the month. All Black female authors and all Black protagonists. I am working out of the Little Inklings Designs a Novel Companion, Volume 2. I'm going to list this down below. There is their logo. And it's just a way to kind of keep track of your books. There was a planner, but they sold out early. So just kind of flip through. You have a shelf, which I need to work on, a to-be read list, favorite quotes. There's even an A to Z challenge that I need to go back and do. But I'm mostly using it, let's see, but where my readathons are, I'm doing where my book clubs are, YouTube videos, this is TBR, new releases that I would like to read for the month. I need to go back and log. I'm trying to catch up, as with everything else. Wrap-ups, I'll do that at the end of the month, as well as all the books that I'm hauling, and then doing next month. So they're undated, and you can make it however you want. At the end, there's plenty of space for book reviews. I think there's 120 of these spots. So title, author, thoughts. This will help me get going with my Goodreads because I need to do that better. And then you can mark it as posted. So I need to go back and log these as well and get caught up. But I'm loving this. Like I said, I will list it down below. It is 12 months and you can use it and date it however you would like. Overnight, I got another notification on my phone that 2 to 4 inches are coming today. So, I have done some reading this morning, but I'm going to go ahead and head into the school. I need to feed Spiker Axolotl, but I also need to change his water because it's been way too long. So that'll take some time. Then I need to go to the public library to return some overdue books because I'm the worst, and pick up some holds. And then I was going to go to Petco to sign the dog up for training finally, because I wasn't able to do that because they closed after we had our meeting the other night, and then the blizzard essentially hit yesterday. So we'll see. And when I get back, we're going to go play in the snow before the next round hits. So, oh boy, here we go. I'll check in a little later. I have him out of his tank and into this little tub of water. He's alive, I promise. Just not happy about being in a teeny tiny tub. He is back in his tank, and now he's playing hard to get. Not a fan of cleaning days, but he's got plenty of bloodworms for the weekend. So, we'll see you later, dude. Oh, there he goes. Here you go. Got his new tag on, and now he's cat watching because the apartment stray is out and about. So I'm not really tired, but for some reason I feel like I should at least try to take a nap today since it's so low key. I have my books. Yes, they have their own pillow to read and see if I can put myself asleep that way. I did remember that the live show is tonight, so that's exciting. That's about the only thing on my to-do list. I might put these clips in the video editor and finish editing a video I meant to upload in January because there's like 3 of them just sitting in iMovie waiting to be edited. It's the worst. That's the worst part about all this, but anyways, I'm going to attempt to take a nap and I'll check in a bit. Got it. Live show, here we go. And I'll be working through all the books that I'm kind of vetting for my collection at work, so yay. It is Monday, which means we skipped an entire day. I didn't do a whole lot yesterday. I guess worth filming. I did finish 2 books. Once Ghosted, Twice Shy, and On the Come Up, and so I will share my thoughts on that later today in the wrap up. A couple of the hosts during the live show said that they were going to go all the way through Monday because they had the day off, and I do too, so I'm going to do the same thing. I started Duke by Default this morning, and even though I don't have work, I am going into work. I need to clean up the maker space and just kind of get things caught up that I've neglected due to just like crazy schedule during the day and then snow days and all that jazz. So yeah, I'm gonna get a Sonic drink and head into work to get some stuff done, and I will update later. Hey Spike. He's looking so good. That fresh water really changes things, and the cold temperature. He loves cold temperatures, and the heat is off, so that helps. Look at those gills. So cool. You hungry? Huh? You hungry? You follow? Yeah. Look at you go. Come on. Yeah, Spike. We are now at 10 o'clock. So I worked for 5 hours, came home, hung out with the dog, just relaxed, took a bubble bath, read. I don't really know where the night went. I kind of went down a rabbit hole because Buzzwordathon was announced, and so I made a list of books for that. I'm also thinking about doing middle grade March, but before we get into anything else, let's recap the week and close things up because I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the book that I started today, but I'm pretty darn close. So I started off with My Sister the Serial Killer. This was my taboo book, and I gave it 3 stars. It was okay, just not developed as much as I wanted it to. Definitely different than anything I've ever read before, and I would read more by this author. I then went into Let's Talk About Love. I also gave this 3 stars. I felt like it was very repetitive in reiterating the same points over and over and over again about the relationships between the characters. I didn't really like that her best friends were a couple that she was living with, and they kind of like made her the third wheel, and she wasn't allowed to do things on her own or see other people, and I've kind of been in that situation before, so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I did also, like, obviously appreciate the representation, and it was still a great read, but it just didn't give me the wow factor of the story itself. And then I read What Mama Left Me. Didn't count for anything specifically on my list. The last one was diverse, by the way. But I did really, really enjoy it. I love anything by Renee Watson. And there's a lot of faith and grief and all that kind of stuff. I definitely would recommend. I tabbed the heck out of that one. And then I also finished on The Come Up yesterday. And wow. This was phenomenal. It was a great listen. Like I said, it was by my favorite narrator, and like she does the raps that Bree does throughout the story. I loved, and want to shout from the rooftops about the commentary that Bree makes through her narration regarding the double standards that we have on society because of color and how it affects these kids. I had to laugh out loud because it talked about like how on this mommy blog that she saw talking about how they wanted the song taken down because it was just so violent. But then in the previous post this mom had posted, it was, I'm not turning in my guns for gun control. Like, that's the double standard we have, and yeah, anyways. There's so much more to love about this book. Highly, highly recommend it. And I think they're going to make that one into a movie as well, so I'm super excited about that. I have not yet finished Black Enough, but all the stories in here, except one, I'm giving a 5, which ironically enough is Jason Reynolds. It was a story about sandwiches and what they want on the sandwich, and after they get home from the pool, it just was a little weird. I get what it meant, and by the end of it, but just wasn't into it. I loved all the rest of the stories. Varian Johnson, I realized I have a middle grade book, so I'm excited to read that one going into middle grade March. Trying to think what other ones. I read a book by Brandy Colbert, and I'm excited to dig into Little and Lion. And of course the Renee Watson, and there were just some others that I definitely want to pick up more from. I'm going to be finishing that one, just obviously not tonight. I also read Once Ghosted, Twice Shy, which is a novella. I wish it would have been an entire book, but because it was a novella, I think I still gave it 5 stars. I think that's what it was. It's about Lukotsky, and she was the advisor to Prince Thebiso from the Reluctant Royals' first book, A Princess in Theory. And the formatting was weird because it went to like present day and in the past. And then also, I felt like at the end, like she kind of solved all the problems for Fab. And it was just too wrapped up tight, and I wish they would have given them more time. So maybe I did give it a 4. I don't know. But anyways, today I've read 250 pages of Duke by Default. I have 80 more pages left. I've done a lot of audiobook listening the 5 hours I was at work, and I've read some tonight. I'm not enjoying it as much as the first book because I was kind of hesitant. I did not like Portia as a character. It was her best friend that was just a pain in the butt. But that's the main character of this one. She goes and she's a sword apprentice, which is weird. But you have a man that's a swordsmith that they figure out he's actually like an heir to a throne of some sort. Obviously Duke by default didn't know it because he didn't know his father is. It has a lot to do with immigration because that's where his mother was a refugee from Chile. And now he's going to try to take that role back from that guy. So we'll see how it goes. I'm also just excited that there's 2 more books in this series, and I've checked out 2 more books in her Civil War romance series that the library had. So anyways, this was a book on the spine. The Once Ghosted, Twice Shy was a book in not a typical format. And this was blurple. This was newest acquired. Forgot to share those. So yeah, there you have it. Those are the books that I read for Contemporaryathon. I really did enjoy all of them. I can't even hold them up because I'm doing this on my phone. This, plus this, and the novella. So the only book I didn't even start at all was Buried Beneath the Boab Tree, which I've got to get to this year. That was my 2018 read that I missed, and I've got to get to it. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next readathon because apparently I just love them so much that I'm going to do another month-long readathon in March, and as well as Buzzwordathon. Those are my plans so far, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.